o'clock Saturday at Inner Harbor Concert Hall. Geffen recording artist Blue Murder. They're back, and it's nothing but trouble. Blue Murder returns. Featuring John Sykes, formerly of Whitesnake and Thin Lizzy. 7 o'clock this Saturday at Inner Harbor Concert Hall. Blue Murder, incredible live. One night, Baltimore will scream Blue Murder.
ブルーマードのジョン・サイクスをお迎えしています。ということでですね。
Also get nervous maybe after not coming back for years and all of a sudden you're back and
a little, but it's all part of the thing. I'm looking forward to getting out and playing again, so it's good to have the album done and ready to go out on the road.
That studio was part of the reason why it took so long, right? Why didn't you decide to use somewhere else?
Because it was cheaper, it cost me less than the album budget to put the studio together, and I can use it time and time again, so I figured that was the best way to go.
It finally ended up taking a couple of years, and I thought I'd give myself the time between coming off the road and doing the recording just to hang out with my family and stuff.
Yeah. That's your son, right?
Yeah.
Looking quite...
Nothing but trouble, right there.
まさにその... What is his name?
Jamie.
He looks like he can really be a trouble. I mean, messing up all the places.
Yeah, very much so.
まさにその通りです。
Just like his dad. I'm very happy with the album. It's the album I wanted to put together. I probably wrote close to 3 albums worth of material putting this together, so I'm just glad it's finished and I'm happy with it.
Some of the songs on the new album are a little more radio friendly, I would say. I got a couple of the big long sort of 7-minute epic ones on there, but it's not quite so overkill, let's say, on the second one.
Yeah.
On the new album, I touch more back on some of the Whitesnake sort of feel, and like Wheel Fall Down, it's got that Thin Lizzy sort of feel. I wanted to touch back on a bit of that stuff from my past,
Down the mountain at Jack, sweet brown sugar to go. And I made it back. It's another form of suicide. No one knows the reason why she's running. Yeah. So you see your sister trying out her tracks. It's the wrong reminder. She might not make it back. It's another form of suicide. No one knows the reason why she's running so far away, Another fool sticks their wires and the angels they cry, leaving the old on the run. It was 9:25 when the party arrived. I knew she was down in the ground, and we see your mama shaking on the street. little sister's starving, cause there ain't no food to eat. She's looking for the dealer, trying to find some crack. And tell your little sister, mama won't be coming back. It's gonna get you, it's just one more hit, just another hit out. Yeah, you better watch yourself, cause the beat is gonna get you. You're going down, baby. See you again next time. Thank you.
Seems like times are really changing in a fast pace, especially in the 90s. But did it, made you afraid or a little bit that new bands are coming out all the time? And...
Not really, because I have to please myself first, and I'm happy with the album. I have to go and promote it. It don't really bother me. I think. If the album's good, then I think people will enjoy it anyway. Good songs and good melodies stand up to the test of time. So we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to getting out and hitting the road with it.
And then John Sykes came in one day to listen to me play live. And in those days, I was playing fretless, exclusively fretless bass. And he needed somebody to finish second album, which is Nothing But Trouble, I believe. Yeah, it was that. Geffen. And he came and heard me and approached me, introduced himself. I'm John Sykes. I know who you are, bro. I'm a big fan of Blue Murder. Big fan of Tony's and Carmine's. That album is amazing. And he said, I'm behind schedule and I need to finish this album and deliver it as soon as possible. Can you come to the studio, bring your bass? Absolutely. So that's what it was.
Died a quick death. I mean, it just came out and that was it. Because I never ever saw it in a store. I actually think it's quite a good album. Like there are songs on here that could have gotten radio play pre-grunge.
That was a bit of a grower for me. I'm one of the few people I know that prefers Nothing But Trouble to the self-titled one. I love the song Dance on that record, and I love We All Fall Down, both killer songs.
Better album than probably time is given it credit for. It came out took too long to come out, which I think is a constant in Sykes' career. If this had come out in 90 or 91, might have had a shot. In 1993, didn't have a prayer.
A lot of British musicians who choose to live in America, they get Americanized as they go. But your new album still has that British, sounding all over.
Yeah, I try not to. Actually, I very rarely listen to American radio because it's. I just get into my own thing, and thankfully, I grew up through like Lizzy, Whitesnake, a lot of English style stuff. I don't think it'll ever change for me, It's always more like a Beatles type of vibe, which is, I always liked the Beatles, and I thought it would be a nice contrast to put something like that on the album.
Right.
Alright, じゃあ曲はですね、She Knows 早速プレイしていただきましょう。拍手。
Will she still love me forever? Well, I don't know. Foolishly I have betrayed her. Now she must go. I thought that our love would last forever. She'll never know. She'll never go. We've just spent half of our lives together. She'll never know, she'll never know, but she knows. She knows, she knows, ooh, she knows. Spend half of our lives together. She'll never know, she'll never know, but she knows, she knows, she knows, ooh, she knows, she knows.
We might have a live album coming out. We recorded a live album in Japan in December. It's definitely coming out in Japan. It might be coming out over here towards the end of the year as well. That's called Screaming Blue Murder Live. So
way cool. Very cool.
For that one as well.
Very cool. I understand that's the first time you guys actually jammed together.
Yeah.
On
It was our
live
first gigs. They threw a live record at us.
First like 10 dates.
That's got to be a shock. Hit the road. Oh, by the way, we're recording.
Yeah.
Hey, this is John Sykes.
Tommy Osteen. This is Marco Mendoza.
We got a brand new album coming out called Out of My Tree. Come check it out real soon. It'll be in a store near you.
A lot of things drive me out of my tree, I came up with the title because, out of my tree means out of my head, A lot of the time I am, but the title, the whole thing is that everything on this album's out of my head, so I thought out of my tree, out of my head, Call the album Out of My Tree. And then everyone can look at it and think whatever they want from it.
Yeah, I do. I really feel that the Japanese fans are great. They're always there. They're always supportive. They always give us a really good reception. Without the Japanese fans, I don't know. I don't know if I would have wanted to carry on because I was kind of sick of the thing with the record company in the US, and it was a depressing thing after doing all the work on the album to kind of not have it pushed out there, so...
I mean, that was the whole thing with Geffen, they didn't support me in any way for Europe or America, they didn't support it, not just in pushing the album, but in tour support. They didn't get us out there, you know, playing and stuff. And I think that's a major thing, to get the band out playing in front of people. So because when people come to a concert, you know, if you play to 1,000 people, they're gonna, if they love it, they go out and tell all their friends, you know, and the next time you come, that's how you build it up, you know. But
I don't know, if it weren't for Japan, I don't know, I might not have done this next album so quick. I might have just hung for a long time. I don't know. So it means a lot to me. They've been great, and you know, they're #1 for me.
I'm gonna play a brand new song for you right now. Coming out on a new album. I'm not quite sure when it's coming out yet, but check this one out. We just finished it up in the studios. It's all called Standing at the Crossroads for you.
Well, we had the name Blue Murder kind of hanging around. I mean, although it did pretty good in Japan and everybody knew the name sort of in Europe and America, it really wasn't doing anything. And we just got off the Geffen label, and, you know, we all kind of felt, you know, Tony and Carmine was part of Blue Murder, and it was like it felt like a whole new start, fresh start, you know, and this whole new album feels like a brand new start, you know. And we just decided to go with Sykes. I ran it by the guys and they didn't care, and we just called it Sykes.
I thought it was a good idea.
I think, yeah, same here. Definitely.
New record, a whole different sound, I think.
Yeah. We went for more of a live, sort of in-your-face approach with this album. I didn't want to go into the big production and like layer up tons of vocals, and because it's a little unrealistic on you know, to go out live and expect to recreate sort of like 100 vocal parts or whatever you do with all your harmonies or whatever, you know. So
I just didn't want to get stuck in a rut sitting and looking at the studio walls for 2 years straight, you know.
A few of the songs have a real English flavour to some of them, and I wanted to kind of get back to that English thing, you know, and so I told him to incorporate like a coat of arms or whatever and a flag into it, and maybe use some of those Black Rose kind of colours and textures he used on the sleeve of the Black Rose album and kind of incorporate it all in there. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think it's going to be nice. Yeah, it's kind of got a 70s punky vibe to it, and it's got a real rebellious lyric to it. I really like it. It's just a fun song, you know. I think it's a good It's a good sort of rock teenage type song, you know.
Fantastic, thank you.
But you know, we go to her solo albums. This is one, Loveland, John Sykes' Loveland. If you want to hear Gary Moore's influence on John Sykes, you got to listen to this album. It's unbelievable how much Gary Moore had an influence, and probably the respect John had for Gary Moore's playing as well, as Bob Daisley let us know. Great playing throughout on that album. I mean, you don't even have to be a fan of John Sykes to appreciate this album. You'll be one by the time you finish listening to it. Whoever I play that album for, they're just amazed at the guitar playing on Loveland.
Well, actually, Loveland was done about, it was done last November, I think. It was about a year ago we finished it up. And
well, I know that he had been talking about it for the past 3 years or so. He just hadn't had time. But I think he's just a very prolific writer. There's a lot of sides to John. Beautiful record, I think.
Yeah, he played some great bass on that one. Gives him a good opportunity to play a lot fretless.
A lot of influences, a lot of different influences you can hear, you know.
Here's another solo album, 20th Century, under the Sykes banner. You know, real hard rocking album, right? So, Touched by Evil, what a way to close the song, and Look in My Eyes, what a great way to start. Solid songs throughout.
Yeah, I was ready to tear into some rock and roll after doing the ballad stuff for a while. I was really excited, and definitely had the old fire in the belly for this one. I was excited about getting back to the Les Paul, and I just knew I wanted to make a good upbeat rock album, you know, good time, good feeling. It was really nice to actually just get off the road and see a lot of people in the audience and get that connection with a live audience, and then come right off with some of that feeling still and start working on an album, because I was still feeling really good and excited, and I think some of that carried through, you know. And I wanted to get more concise, especially with the 20th Century album. I wanted to get kind of like the Van Halen first albums, where it's like short, to the point, you know, and you can really hit hard, and you want to kind of put it back and listen again, you know, rather than 6-minute tracks, you know, not too many of those. I didn't want to do an album worth of long tracks. I wanted to be able, you know, if the listeners wanted to be able to hear it again, they could just put it back to the beginning rather than kind of just drone on with it, you know. So I definitely made it more concise this time, but to the point and hard hitting, you know.
played Les Paul Custom for most of the rhythms, and for all the leads on this one, I used reissue 59 Standard, which I bought in Los Angeles out of the recycler. I really love it. It's got a great feel to it. It's probably my second favorite guitar next to my black one. But I was so into it when I bought it that I used it for the leads on this one. So, it had a little more cut on it, so it worked out nice. Can't get away from me black one. I feel like I'm betraying it if I go and pick up another guitar. So so I'll use it as my second guitar for life.
And then years later, Sykes would actually front a version of Thin Lizzy without Phil Lynott. It was him and Scott Gorham, and with John singing. And I saw many of those shows, and they were very good.
And then there was a whole controversy like, hey, what are you doing? You can't tour like Thin Lizzy? Phil's not there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The way to keep the music alive. Thin Lizzy grew more and more popular over the decades, I would say.
Phil was such a great songwriter. His songs stand up real. I mean, you can put any album on these days, they still sound great, So I think that the music stands a test of time, and songs are timeless. They're fantastic. They're classics. He wrote so many classics, man. It's unbelievable.
There's even a live record called One Night Live with that lineup with Sykes singing all of the Lizzy stuff. And it's really good.
Which I thought was awesome. He sounded a lot like Phil. And I thought the set list was amazing.
So John Sykes was up there playing guitar and singing for Thin Lizzy, and he could sound a little bit like Phil, and he was a good singer. So he's a super talented guy.
He brought the music and kept the music in the face of the people, right? Because he had that much respect and love for Phil.
I think he felt most comfortable in Thin Lizzy. I really do. I think John's heart belonged in Thin Lizzy.
And it was a real true honor and privilege to be picked by Phil Lynott to play in Thin Lizzy. And a real honor. I mean, Phil's a legend, and just the fact that he picked me as a young kid to play guitar in that band, he could have got anybody.
I used to play Thin Lizzy covers in a band called Street Fighter a few years, 78, 79, something like that. And then a couple of years later, Thunder and Lightning happened, and I managed to get in the band, and it was a fantastic thing, actually.
And the time you came into Thin Lizzy was very much at the end, but there's a great record that you're on, that you're a part of, Thunder and Lightning, which is an amazing album.
I feel like that album really could have sparked a whole new, direction for Lizzy, because you sort of brought a metal edge to it.
Yeah, it was a little heavier when I came in, because I was listening to a lot of heavy stuff and loved that heavy side. And Phil loved that too, the fact that, he was always real cool, loved the heavy stuff.
Yeah. For me as a young man coming into the band, it was quite overwhelming and like a dream come true, so it was a fantastic time for me. Whitesnake was good too. I had some great times with Whitesnake, but I always preferred Thin Lizzy as a band than Whitesnake, always.
All right, Joe.
know, Gary said he'll play on my solo album, and John has said, me and John have written a song together. If he's listening, I'd like to say hello, because I know he's up in Blackpool with his mum at the moment. So.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. See you when you come to London.
Yeah, you know, and I really love the guy. I lived at his house with him for quite some time.
Oh, wow.
And spent a lot of time with Phil. We hung out a lot, and he was a mentor for me, and he looked out for me, and we had a lot of great times together. So I really love him. He's somebody who will always be in my heart.
In the set, the Blue Murder set, we would include some Thin Lizzy stuff that he wrote with Phil. There was a few songs that were huge hits in Japan. And Mr. Udo said, casually said, are you staying in touch with the boys? Are you staying in touch with Scott, Gorham, Brian Downey, and Darren Wharton? And John's answer was, yeah, occasionally we talk, you know. There's an anniversary coming up. What do you think about putting a tour together to pay tribute to Phil? And John said, well, yeah, all right. Well, let me get home. I'll call the boys and see what's going on. A month went by, and then I get the call from John. I said, Marco, that thing with Thin Lizzy's happening, and I want you to be the bass player. I told the boys about you. Come down. I said, yeah, because you cannot take somebody like Phil. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try and be loyal to the bass parts, try to replicate as close as I can, and then at the same time you got to own it and perform it live. So we went and did the run in Japan, and that was like the rest of the world got wind of it, and that's what happened.
Thin Lizzy's got such a set sound to them, you know, and if you put Brian and Scott together and myself and Darren and whatever, that's like, you know, obviously without Phil it's not the same, but that's a major part of the sound of Thin Lizzy, and it was great. It kind of rekindled the old nostalgia, you know, and brought back a lot of good old memories, you know. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I think we all enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, Dublin. It's about time I introduce the boys to you. Right there on keyboards. Give it up, give it up, give it up for Mr. Darren Wharton on keyboards. Come on! And the man filling our bass guitar here, all the way from Mexico. I want you to give it up one time for Mr. Marco Mendoza on bass guitar. Come on! Yeah, yeah, yeah! And my favorite guitar player in the world. Make a lot of noise for Scott Gorham on lead guitar. Come on! And the man at the back, he's got the biggest pair of bollocks in Dublin. And he's the greatest drummer in the world. Come on, Mr. Brian Downey on drums.
Come all the way from Los Angeles to do this for us tonight. He's been singing real hard all night, playing lead guitar. Let's hear it for John Sykes.
Thank you.
See you later, knowing that I'll disobey no. She got the move, I got the power, Rosalie. She got the power, I got the power, Rosalie. 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 Down on me, Rosalie. Down on me, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Philip Lynott, the greatest rock and roller that ever lived. Yeah!
クリップにまとめてみましたのでご覧ください。まずもちろんね皆さんご存知のようにそして彼はシンリージーに行きます。シンリージー、これがオリジナルメンバーなんです。クラブジョンさえで82年、そして84年スーパーロック84 in Japan でライブになりますね。ここでもライブしてます。そして、その間にですねいうことでその時のイベントの今度はインタビューをご覧いただきましょう。
Definitely. You know, I'll be working as soon as I get back off the road. I'll probably before the end of this year I'll be working up some new stuff, you know. I've been talking about doing something maybe with Sebastian Bach, so we're talking and
I think he's got a good powerful voice, you know. You know, maybe we'll see what happens. We'll get together and see what comes out of it. I think if we got together we could bring some good stuff out of each other. Nothing's final yet, but it's definitely something that we're thinking about maybe doing.
But if that don't come around, then I'll definitely do another album on my own, you know. But I gotta keep playing, you know. That's just part of me life. I have to do it. So I'll be bringing some product to the table in the not too distant future.
It was a great way to start. Solid songs throughout. And I even got Nuclear Cowboy here. Sykes' Nuclear Cowboy. That was a funky, really funky album, man. There's like techno metal or something happening there. But just to go show the depth and the range of not only his guitar playing and as a singer, but as a songwriter. I think that's something, you know, out of everything, the look, the guitar playing, but as a songwriter, John was a fantastic songwriter.
Just really, really awesome, incredible musician. You'd sit down at the grand piano and play and you're like, oh, you play piano too. Okay. Yeah, of course. Makes sense. Anyway, they're rehearsing. They sound amazing. He's got his road case up. It's the same one that I think I used on the picture, the thumbnail picture. I mean, it is the same one I used on the thumbnail picture. That's the guitars he had with him always. And that's, he had just finished like a nice stint with Thin Lizzy. And I think at some point they opened for Joe Satriani because he's like, check this out. Joe Satriani gave me this guitar. He was so psyched. No pun intended. He was so pumped that Joe Satriani gave him the guitar. This is one of those things like, dude, of course you're John Sykes. Everyone should be giving you guitars. Like, it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't feel like you're below Joe Satriani. But I think because, you know, it's like just psychoanalyzing. You're like, he never got his due. Which sucks. I wish he had come back and done like an album that just blew people away and could have done a G3 tour or something like that. It would have been epic.
The one thing he did that was really smart is he co-wrote almost everything on the Whitesnake album and played on it. He kept his publishing. He made a record in Japan called Bad Boy Live. It's amazing. It's him, Tommy Aldridge, Marco Mendoza, Derek Sherinian. And it is unbelievable as an overview of his playing and his career. He plays Thin Lizzy, Blue Murder, Whitesnake, solo stuff. It's incredible. Find it if you can.
Every freaking vocal on that live album was the one takedown, completely unpitched. I was shocked. Like, oh, we're just okay. And they're dead on. He was gifted. Like, I think he had perfect pitch.
Listen to the version of Still of the Night on there with him singing and the extra guitar stuff. It's mind-blowing.
You know, it's a little bit of everything in there. I like, you know, a little bit of everything from my history, and I just try and do the best I can with it.
His voice reminds me of a cross between Phil and Coverdale, you know, even though it may be a dirty word. But I mean, yeah, I think when I hear the Whitesnake album and I hear your renditions of those songs on your the Bad Boy Live album, it sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds like so natural for him to be singing that stuff.
When Eddie and I first heard the Bad Boys Live album, Eddie remarked, you know, how great you were singing, and he said even better, you know, than before. And I said, yeah.
Well, I made a big mistake on the first Blue Murder album. I went and sang, you know, way high. So for me to go back and sing like Whitesnake stuff was real easy after that.
Bad Boys. That John brought me the lick, and that was, I'd never had anything like that. It was really exciting for me to write this kind of very fast, hard rock, you know, balls to the wall rock song.
It's definitely going to rip the roof off. I'm really looking forward to playing.
you know.
See you guys.
John, you know the story. I don't know if the whole crowd does. Eddie has been stalking John for years to get Blue Murder back together. I think if he could, he would finance it. He would do whatever.
Yeah, he's been hitting it pretty
How long
hard
has it been
for
on your ass? How long has it been on your ass to
He's
do that?
been on it for about 12 years.
12 years.
It's been a while.
But you know what? As much as I would love to see Blue Murder again, and I still would, I've just been on your ass to get out and be John Sykes.
And do something.
Yeah.
Right? Any other amazing drummers that you might be playing with in the future?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh, this guy's amazing. One of my favorite drummers of all time.
Yeah?
This guy.
Oh, breaking news here on That Metal Show.
Whoa. Do we have some news to break on our show? I feel like we should hit one of those CNN breaking news.
We are, yeah.
Talk to the publicist, Mike.
You know, it's an honor to be working with he's a guitar god.
Oh.
He absolutely is.
I don't know about that.
And
he's ready to leave now.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Pressure.
You know, between me and you guys, he's coming out of his shell and he's coming out swinging.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already actually laid some stuff down. That the album's pretty much there, but
yeah, we
got a ways to go. I mean, it's demoed. It's demoed. We got the stuff together.
So you guys are working as a unit on a heavy rock
new band.
A new band. We have a name for it yet?
We got a couple.
Blue
of
Theater, maybe, or something like that.
We got a couple.
Dream Murder.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a trio?
Lizzy.
Is it going to be a trio? Is it going to be four? Is it going to be a full-on?
We've been working with a bass player. We've been working as a trio, and all will soon be revealed. But we've been working together for a while, and we have about 12 songs demoed, and we're gonna start cutting the actual album in the fall.
Talking to Bob Rock about maybe doing the album. I'd love Bob or Mike Fraser to be involved.
That
Both
is
of
pretty
those guys.
exciting news. Portnoy and Sykes.
So if we can get all the elements together, I think it'll be good.
The band was not clicking. So that you got two people working at totally different speeds and way of doing things. Didn't work. But I got called out to John's house because I'm friends with all these guys to try to hold that band together. I spent that day at John's house, couldn't hold the band together. Band breaks up. It falls apart. I suggest Kotzen, Sheehan, Portnoy go do their own thing. The Winery Dogs becomes its own thing, different songs, etc. Shortly after the whole Winery Dogs thing, he takes those songs that he was going to do with Mike and Billy, he records them with a different band.
You know, sadly, you know, a lot of people kind of joked about him over the years because he was such a perfectionist that you didn't get a lot of work out of him, and people would try to put band projects together with him. You hear all those anecdotes about those falling apart because he's difficult to work with, kind of thing. So we never got a lot of product from him over the years.
There's some cats out there like John, for example, that would surround himself with people, professional people, that were not taking care of business. You know what I mean? He came across some situations that were not cool, you know, and he voiced his opinion. And sometimes you get angry because people fall short. That's how you're going to step on some toes, and these people are going to turn around and start talking bad about this person. But when you really go to the source and find out why those situations came up, you understand. He was always amazing with me. I consider him a brother. I'm a big fan of his, always will be. He's one of the most talented cats I've had a chance to work with. And I wish, you know, I'm hoping that one of these days he gets out there and brings to the fans, you know, some more stuff.
have the complete honour, I'm sorry, but this is a bit of a fanboy moment for me, mate. It is an honour to meet you.
It's my pleasure.
I've been following you for so many years. I'm a huge fan of the Blue Murder album.
Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. And I don't do a lot of social media stuff. I stay away from all that. I'm pretty much a low-key underground guy. I stay well out of the way unless I got something I want to come out and do and be part of to promote something new. I don't do that stuff. I'm not a big computer guy. I'm old school, and but you know, I'll be doing stuff now. I got this new record coming out. I just signed with Golden Robot. You know Mark over there.
I do indeed.
Signed with them about 6 months ago. We're getting the album out early summertime. So looking forward to getting that out. The album's been around for a while, but I'm looking forward to getting it out. I know the fans have been waiting a long time. And I love my fans, by the way. Thank you so much for supporting and sticking with me.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, you know,
we miss you out there.
I kind of go underground and stay there for a while. I don't know, man. Sometimes I just take off and shut it all down. But I'm getting the itch. I've been having the itch to get back out and play. So I'm looking forward to that and get out and give it another whirl and get a new album out there. And hopefully people are going to like it and enjoy it.
So what can people expect? I mean, you've been a master songwriter on so many iconic records. Will we see something along those lines, or are you going to go in a new direction?
It's kind of like got flavors of old and new. You know, it's a bit of old and new in there, but I think it'll be pleasing to a lot of people that hear it. You know, I think it'll touch a fair few people if they check it out.
Right on.
It's a good solid album. It's not just a couple of tracks and a load of fillers.
Is there going to be a full-on tour to follow?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you're going to work this thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. Because, you know, I've seen you perform with a couple of different bands, including the Thin Lizzy project.
Right.
And, you know, it's your guitar playing, the way you play, your particular thing, the way you do, is missing out there in the firmament. So it's good to see and hear that you're going to be back in the game.
Thank you for those kind words. I appreciate
not a problem.
that.
I mean, I've been a fan for many, many years, dating back to your earliest stuff. So the fact that, you know, Tigers of Pantang, let's go all the way back to the beginning.
That's right.
You know? So it's about time you step back out there.
Talk to John at all?
Yeah, regularly. There's been some issues with the label. I don't know the full details, but yeah, I know more. You know, there's so many dynamics to the story, but it doesn't have to be so complicated. You know, we could just get out there and play music.
Well, you know what? Everybody misses John Sykes.
Immensely. I think one of the things with John is that you know, he has a problem embracing the new business for what it is, and it is different, and you do have to embrace it, and you know.
Well, he was always like more into the creative part, and the business part he always left to other people. So I'm sure he's having a problem embracing the business now. We all are, really, a bit. I mean, I can't believe the way the business is. I've seen it change, you know, from 52 years ago. You know, so I'm sure that's part of it.
Are they pushing you away? Are they begging you to stay? Are they leading you like pigs off to slaughter while locking the escapes? No, there's no way you can run like a rabbit from a gun, just like Orwell said 1984 comes. We are the line of the world. I'm talking every single man, woman, the dawning of a brand new day.
Demo songs have popped up on the internet that he's officially released a couple tracks that were going to be on this new album that's going to come out, and we've been waiting, and it seems like that was like 4, 5, 6 years ago already since we got teased with those couple of tracks.
And he's never been a guy to be in the spotlight so much, right? He kind of was supposed to come out with a record, and something happened. It never came to fruition. I remember even Alan sending out like requests to interview him, and things were starting to get set up. Now we're talking about like a few years back, and then it vanished.
He said Bad Robot, the record label. I mean, he teased us with a few fantastic singles. Everybody said, okay, John Sykes is back. I think he was very ecstatic about it himself, and then it just kind of fell apart.
I tried for the last 20 years to get John Sykes out there. John never believed me when I told him how important his playing was and how many people were influenced by it and how many people it touched. Because he never could come to grips. He would never believe me when I would tell him, John, these people love you, man. People want to see you play. You got to put something together. You got to do something. Mate, I don't know, nobody, John was super disillusioned with the music industry. A lot of it going back to 1987 and that move about him being booted from Whitesnake and that whole split.
So, it always bummed me out that you didn't, in the mainstream world, get the credit you should have for that album because, of course, you were out of the band. It imploded before it ever got out on the road and out on the videos.
Yeah. And nobody made it on that record out on tour. Everybody got fired as they finished their stuff up. So it didn't make no difference, including the producer, too. So.
And David said when we asked him when he was here why that band, Don asked him why that band ever went on the road.
He said we would have killed each other before the first show, so.
Well, we probably would have all killed him, but...
It bred in him and it festered in him this animosity and this distrust of the music industry. He was super distrustful, like super guarded of everything and everybody.
But I think in order for John to come out, it's got to be right. It's got to be the right circumstance, the right gigs, the right tour, the right musicians, the right management. And that's what he's waiting for. He wants everything, all the ducks to get in order. And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, he's fine. He's okay with that too. But he's got a lot of fans, including me, waiting, going, come on, man.
Hey, to the fans of Young Guitar, great to see you again. I know I've been underground for quite some time. Great to see you all. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I'll be out this year playing again. Look forward to seeing you all out there. My new album is coming out. I've been sitting on it for a while, but it's time. See you soon.
the sun until we burn alive, with 1,000 screaming demons close behind. And no one sleeps until this war is won tonight. This is life and no one makes it out alive. We'll ride into the midnight sun, my brothers, each and every one. We are the spirits of the night. We pledge allegiance till we die, and we ride now. Here we come again, with 1,000 screaming demons. They're my brothers, they're my friends. And oh, you know, when my time is gone, that I'll live the life I've wanted, never bound to anyone.
You know, as fans, I think we really hate when we don't see that talent being utilized, right? And delivering music, because we know the creative juices are going behind the scenes with these guitar players and these heroes of ours. I know John Sykes had so much more to give. And it's just such a shame that we haven't had the opportunity to be thrilled more by his skills, like in more recent times. In recent times, I'm talking like 20 plus years. I just always loved his guitar playing. I loved his tone. I loved his choice of notes. I love the fact that he could shred. He could also play bluesy and emotional. And man, the riffs that this guy could crank out. One of the greats, truly one of our great guitar players, you know, if not of all time, certainly of that era of the 80s. What a resume. What great guitar playing he gave us. So many memorable songs.
You know, but I called John, you know, so I would call people to see how they're doing, you know, my buddies, you know, we were like brothers. Called him a bunch of times, and I got nothing back. So finally I sent a text, hey, dude, I've been calling you. Are you okay? I emailed you. I called you. I texted you. You're not getting back to me. Are you okay? I'm like worried about you. So then I got a text back. And he said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. You know, I'm good. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Nice to hear from you. You know, I'll try and keep in touch kind of thing, you know. And then I didn't hear nothing from him.
Everyone I talked to that knew him told me the same thing. He's a ghost, man. Can't get him. Can't find him. Won't respond to anything. But that's how John was and would have been, to get a serious medical diagnosis. And he didn't tell anybody he had cancer. He was a private guy, untrusting of most people. And I'm sure, and it's not surprising, that he would have handled this news in the way he did, where he just went underground and didn't just checked out on everyone. Only the people in his immediate live-in circle to deal with what he was dealing with.
Around your door. In the still of the night, I feel my heart beating heavy, telling me I gotta hear more. you gave your love, it's when you broke my will. Just like an eagle flies to the mountain high, and baby, I love you till the day I die. I guess it's looking like my dreams just slipped away. Oh, something in my heart says I've got to be a little stronger. The girl that loved me says she's letting go. My sunshine fades as the cold winds blow, and baby, I need you so. And all the angels cried, and my heart stood still. And when you gave your love, it's when you broke my will. Just like an eagle flies to the mountain high, and baby, I love you till the day I die. I remember how you used to hold me. I remember how you used to love me. I don't wanna say goodbye. Just remember, if you ever need me, call my name and I'll be there, believe me. I don't wanna say no less goodbye. No time for last goodbyes.
You know, I hope that whatever he recorded, if he was happy with it, and that, you know, the family and have this blessing to put the stuff out. I hope it sees the light of day. I'd like to hear what he was working on. I think his music deserves to be heard.
Just remember, if you ever need me, call my name and I'll be there, believe me. I don't wanna say goodbye. And all the angels cried, and my heart stood still. And when you gave your love, it's when you broke my will. Just like an eagle flies to the mountain high, and baby, I love you till the day I die. And baby, I love you till the day I
Hey, I just want to say hi to all my fans out there. Thanks for sticking with me all the time, and I look forward to coming back playing the concerts. I want to see you all there. We're going to rock the house. Take care. I love you all. Thank you.